with a large amount of Corsairs, should be able to prevent any Scourge from taking out that shuttle as long as he's very careful. Also, he has to be very careful to not fly over a huge line of Hydros, because if Hydros can now be moved around and put into positions so that can happen. There's some Dragoons there. I am not quite sure what the Cybernetics Corps was spinning for. I don't see a lot of Dragoons. Ground units have weapons up, weapons 1 upgrade so far, and he might actually be going for air upgrades as well, just trying to take as much as he can. Once random Scourge or Kindle. Yeah, it is indeed air upgrades. Those Corsairs now have upgrades, 6 or 7 Corsairs running around, followed quickly by a shuttle. Going to see what it is happens here. I see lots of Hydras now. Meanwhile, moving up for Kwanro. Going to see what damage they guys. But meanwhile, Horang2 is just going to counter this with his own harassment. Kwanro apparently not moving back, but Kwanro has enough Hydras to see that that shuttle there. But now Kwanro going for good attack. Reavers coming in from behind. We're going to see what they manage to do. Oh man, a lot of Hydras going down. Hydras now firing on that shuttle. Shuttle's still alive, and now Kwanro being forced back, completely losing a lot of Hydras there, being pushed into that pocket there. Forced into that pocket by Horang2, being attacked from both sides, from Zealots and Dragoons from one side and Reavers from the other. And that was, of course, very critical there. Now he has to be just very careful with that shuttle. Going to go out and should do some economic damage. Of course, with those Zealots, weapons won't upgrade. That's also gives him a huge advantage there. Ooh, wow. Scourge almost managing to land something there. Reavers again being pushed out. I'm going to see whether they manage to do any damage at all. Another Reaver going off. Oh, Reaver almost dying, and the shuttle flying away just in time. If there wasn't that speed upgrade for that shuttle, it would have been lots of trouble for Horang2. Horang2 adding even more gateway is going to try to get a decent ground army going, and I think soon enough he should be thinking of expanding the Cybernetics Corps again, spinning probably for more upgrades for those Corsairs. I think what's brought is Horang2 hasn't killed any Overlords yet. I haven't seen him kill any Overlords. I see him flying around with those Corsairs, but there's no there just to kill Scourge and nothing else. Hydra's now running on, killing some ground forces there, and of course that shuttle hasn't been doing its proper job. It has not been doing any economic damage. That's exactly what it needs for. Almost nothing to defend me now at the natural, but a few cannons and a Reaver. Now finally those Corsairs are going to run around and try to kill some Overlords. Is exactly what it needs to be doing. Overlords do have speed at this point, so it's going to be able to avoid their death for a little while, but still getting taken down. Of course, with those weapons and upgrades, a very good Kwanro now moving out, going to try to break it up. Instantly kills both Reavers. Oh my god. Both Reavers in those shuttles were immensely damaged, and he just ran and sniped both the Reavers. Took a perfect timing there by Kwanro. Sniped both Reavers and just instantly runs backwards. Horang2 now has High Templars, so it definitely has to be very careful, Kwanro, how he moves around those ground forces. He has High Templars, Zealots, as well as Reavers in those shuttles, so I think what Kwanro needs to do, he needs to definitely take out that shuttle with those forces inside, and he has to also be very careful against those High Templar micros. Hydra is enough. Another engagement going near Hydra's final half on all those ground forces. No storms going off for Kwanro. For Horang2. Oh my, all those High Templar get picked off. No storms. Horrible micromanagement there. No storms whatsoever. I definitely think those High Templar should have had enough energy for storms at that point. Now those shuttle almost dead. Reavers now using some scares, now pushing Kwanro back. Horang2 in some serious trouble. That shuttle almost dying. He's gonna need another shuttle. He just simply can't risk flying out with that shuttle with all those Hydras on the ground for Kwanro. Kwanro is now getting more bases up, trying to get a bigger economic damage. Going to get a 4th as well as a 5th, so he can just continue pumping forces. Also transferring some drones into this 6 o'clock base, so he can get more mining going. So at this point, he's going to have 4 mining bases, while Horang2 is still stuck at 2. I definitely think he should take another one fairly soon. Try to keep it inside. Might be thinking of going for a Zealot drop, but apparently not. Hydra is again maneuvering around for. Wow, 3 evolution chambers in the Queen's Nest as well coming up. Ooh, some Overlords dying there, but still, with those 3 evolution chambers, going to get full-on upgrades for all types. So, with a Queen's Nest and full upgrades, 2 weapons, 2 upgrades. Meanwhile, for Hydra, is not going for Carapace upgrades at all. More thinking about the kind of damage they can do rather than how well they can survive. Kwanro's obviously thinking of getting, taking up to something a little bit different, getting some cracklings going, maybe even thinking of going for Ultralisk soon enough. Weapons 2 upgrades, meanwhile, also for the protoss, so Horang2 has been countering the upgrades pretty well, although with all those evolution chambers soon enough, those upgrades are going to be a little bit minuscule. That Forge, I think, still should be fitting. Now another engagement here. Hydra is going to move in into these Dragoon forces. There's a Reaver, that shuttle, now almost full shields at this point. Now another engagement. Storms going off on the Hydra. Finally decent storms as well as decent Scarabs going off on some of those Hydra's just trying to focus on some of those forces, and now they're going to be forced to move back far too many Dragoons and far too many Zealots, as well as High Templar and Reavers in that position to engage. But Kwanro has just an absolute supply line. Now getting some Zerglings going, a Hive coming up for him, so he's going to have Cracklings going fairly soon. He has a lot of Hydras out there as well. Weapons 1 upgraded. He should be getting Carapace as well, so they survive better. The shuttle definitely needs to step short on another engagement. No, Kwanro's just moving his forces back, trying to possibly go for a flank. No, there's Reavers being put down inside. Be very careful now. So who is this one Reaver? Second Reaver. Also is the second Reaver. Storm's going off, but pretty well not a very good position being boxed in from both sides. Hydra's, the Dragoons being just trying to run away now. Conga line, one High Templar, also probably going to get taken down. Lurkers, they're almost out on the way now. And Horang2's in serious trouble. He should have been able to take that engagement, not microing his Reavers very well. Now again, Hydra's moving in and just going to move back as soon as Horang2 gets a decent defensive posture. Kwanro does a good job of moving his forces backwards. So we're going to see, oh no, pretty good game so far by Kwanro. Has plenty of forces on the way. Another engagement now here. Dragoons running in far too close with the Hydra's, trying to engage as well as they can, but Hydra's holding the ground pretty well. No High Templar or Reavers to spread, but most of these Hydra's now getting killed. Finally, the High Templar now on the way to support those forces. Far too late. Hydra's being pushed back, but still doing a lot of damage in response. Very good game here. Campus upgrade should be going soon, and now a 5th base almost mining for Kwanro as well. Should be able to upgrade fairly soon. We're going to see the first person view of Kwanro. We're going to see how it is that he damages. We're going to see everything that's happened there. Gets full upgrades going. Apparently missing some gas. Would like some more gas to get some upgrades going. Still going for full 3 spine upgrades. So he's going to stick to the Hydra's so far. Get some lurkers along times. Starting to support spawning some Zorgans too. I definitely think he has the crackling upgrade going now. Now has Carapace 1 upgrades for his ground forces as well, just positioning his forces as well as he can, just trying to scout, see all know where it is that he can engage. Now the first person view of Horang2 here, he has a sizable force, though it just always keeps wasting, and now an engagement coming here. Ooh, Hydra's almost managed to engage, and no man, High Templar just getting caught in traffic. Still, we got one storm going off from one High Templar just before he dies. All in a very bad job there by Horang2, losing another High Templar. Just not a good job. You definitely do not want to lose the High Templar. It's just such a large investment. Just such a large amount of gas that goes into getting all those High Templar. You definitely do not want to lose him. Losing just a bad idea. Has that Reaver also now. We're going to see whether he has, I think at this point, he might have lost his shuttle, so he's going to need another shuttle. Another engagement now coming here. Lurkers, Hydras, Zerglings, Krakens are going to move in some decent storms. Kwanro doing a pretty decent job of avoiding those. Another decent storm going off on the Hydras. Now, those Templar are being forced to morph into an Archon, and all those Hydras moving in from both sides. Going to try to engage and pinning it, and a GG coming from Horang2. First person GG. That's a first for me anyway. Wow. As soon as those forces were lost, Horang2 knew that he hasn't done any economic damage with that Reaver. Just didn't have enough force to keep it going. He didn't have enough production. At those 5-base Kwanro just completely steamrolled him. So we are going to be seeing Free against Kwanro in the winners match, and we're going to be seeing Horang2 and Dr. K or Bull T in the losers match. We're going to see how those go. Horang2 played pretty decently, but making some very, very bad mistakes. Well, I guess if you make very, very bad mistakes, then you're not really played decently. Whatever. But anyway, he just made some mistakes he shouldn't have made, and now he's going to be forced to face Dr. K. Let me see how it is that it does against them. A pretty decent player. I saw some, potential there in how he played, but now he's going to have to definitely beat Bull T to keep on going. We're going to see how he does here. This would be so sad. He beat Flash, he beat GG Play just to get here, and then to get knocked out in round 32. That'd be pretty bad. So guys, this has been Ranshin, GG, and I'm out of here.